Hello, everybody. Okay, thanks. Hi, everybody. We will call the Community Safety Committee to order for September 9th, 2025. It's 4 o'clock. So thanks for coming, and we'll just start with the minutes. If we can, Cash. Okay, everybody in favor? And any additions to the agenda? No? Okay, don't see any. The next committee meeting date is scheduled for October 15th, same place, same time. And we'll move on to the first item, which is the business license activity report for Q1 and Q2. And Mr. Corrado, welcome to the podium.
To the chair, I have nothing further to add, and I'm open to questions.
All right. Anybody? Okay, let's move receipt. Cash, moved and seconded. All right, all in favor? Thank you very much. And we'll move on to item 2, Community Bylaws Monthly Activity Report for June and July 2025.
To the chair, I have nothing further to add, and I'm open to questions.
All right. Any questions, Bill or Cash? I don't see any, so let's move receipt. Okay.
Question?
Oh,
Councilor Wolf has a question.
oh, sorry, Michael.
Yeah, no worries. That kind of relates to the last item. My question is just if staff had any comments related to the new business called UU Farms on Sidaway, and that it's approved. Just if there's any update on like it's received its business license and not in infractions with existing bylaws, because I know its style of business has had issues in other jurisdictions. So I'm just wonder if staff have any comments on that. Thanks.
Through the chair to Councillor Wolf, staff can get back to you with that form of a memo on that status of that business.
Okay, that's all. Thank you very much, Councillor Hopson.
Okay, and Councillor Wolf, sorry if I cut you off too early. Did you have any questions on the first item?
No, it was just that one that kind of blended the line of the two. Thanks.
Okay, all right, great. Thanks. All right, motion to receive that report. Seconded. All in favor? Good. Thank you very much, Mr. Corrado. Move on to item number 3, Richmond Fire Rescue Monthly Activity Report for June and July 2025. Chief Wushlove, welcome.
Good afternoon, Mr. Chair. I have nothing further to add to my report. I'm happy to answer any questions.
All right. I see a question coming up. Councillor Key.
Yeah, yes, Chief, just refer to your overdose poisoning incidents for June and July. A marked increase June over July. Any explanation that you have with respect to that?
Through the chair to Councillor Heed, you're looking at CS 43, I presume,
Yes.
the graph down there. I don't have a reason as to why there might be a market increase compared to the month before. The only data we have is the data that we're responded to. My apologies.
So we've got over a 100% increase on that. So kind of a little concerned with that because I haven't seen that marked of an increase in quite a while. So, you know, you do talk about the other OD type poisoning incidents. You know, we've got the opioids separated out. I'm trying from a statistical point of view to get some type of explanation because I believe from the data from the coroner's office is certainly not showing an increase in deaths related to opioids. So just wondering if you had any explanation. If you don't, that's fine.
My apologies, but are you referring to the entire total or simply the opioid calls? Yeah. The entire total, the July numbers obviously look quite a bit higher because we have that 20 of the other poisoning incidents adding on to the sum. I can certainly go back and look and see if there's a trend in that 20. It is a bit higher than what we normally see, but that other poisoning incidents include accidental overdoses of prescriptions, Sometimes people are injected with things in an industrial site, poisonings in the home through appliances and things like that. And so I can certainly take a look at the July numbers and see if there's something that was much different of that July. Happy to do that.
Yeah, because, I'm looking for a bit of an explanation, even if it's, we have August coming up, it'd be interesting to see what happened in August with respect to that, to see if we're still on that upward swing or that. There's got to be some type of explanation, especially if over 100% increase. Okay, thank you.
Okay, Councillor Heed, did,
I do have one more question,
Sure,
but
yeah.
I think that'll wait till the manager's report.
okay, great. And you'd be okay if we get a memo on that question? Okay, thanks. Anything else, Councillor Murphy? Okay, move receipt. All in favor? Thank you very much, Chief. And Fire Chief's briefing?
I don't have a verbal update for you today.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you very much. Oh, you got a question? Oh, sorry. Yeah, Councillor Heed.
This relates to our ability as a fire service to respond to hazardous incidents. Do we have our firefighters equipped? And do you have enough equipment for a hazmat response, such as if we're dealing with a clandestine drug lab or something like that, or are we depending on outside agencies to assist?
Through the chair to Councillor Heed, you're specifically talking about chemical hazardous materials.
Correct.
Okay. We do have chemical detection available. We have a number of trained staff that are on duty every day and night, both as the operations level and at the tech level. Most regularly, when we attend clandestine labs, as you've mentioned, we are there in support of a policing action there, and quite often our actions are limited to supporting the RCMP members or the police officers who have to enter in either a rescue capacity or a decontamination capacity, and we can do both of those.
Do we have the ability to enter? Do we have the suits available, whether it's level A or level B suits for our firefighters to enter, and are they up to certification?
Yes, we do, and yes, they are.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
Next up is item 5, that's the RCMP monthly activity report. Sorry about that. Next is item 5, the RCMP monthly activity report for June and July. And we have
Superintendent Julie Drotar.
Yeah, thank you very much. Take it away.
I am here, nothing to add to the report. I'm here to answer any questions.
All right.
Councillor McNulty was.
How you doing on that thing?
I saw Councillor Heed flash in
Well,
first.
do you think, just,
We'll turn off Councillor Heed for now and go ahead, Councillor McNulty.
First of all, thank you and accommodation for all the distracted tickets. If you need some more tickets, I'll run them off in the back room and give you another 1,000 to do that. I think it's very important that the public know that you're doing that. And as I say, thank the members of the department for continuing to do that. Thank you and the chief on that. It continues to make our community much safer, and not only the appearance of safety. On another matter, though, we're getting a lot of letters from the community, not a lot, a dozen, about speed, as you well know, and people traveling way too fast, and they're not all, 16 to 19-year-old males driving with a heavy foot in Richmond, and I just leave that one alone for a while. You two nodding, I can tell the eye contact going on here. And I guess my question is, I know you have various cars out there, and I'll leave it at that. But what can we do? Can we get a blitz going on that for Richmond or whatever? A few more radars on Stevenson Highway, Gilbert, and, well, Gilbert now, we're gonna bring it up to Public Works on Thursday, or I guess it'll be Thursday. Gilbert and Minoru, you can't go anywhere. They're backed up from 2 Road all the way down to Granville today. That's why we were late tonight. It took me half an hour to get through the traffic, literally half an hour. And so I guess my question is, how do we handle the speed issue?
So thank you, Councillor, through the chair. We have many different ways to which we actually can handle any of this speeding. We have, like you mentioned, we have some police cars that are fully marked. We have some that are I know we're open, so I'm not going to talk about everything, but we do have a lot of things. What I would say is that every time a member of the public have a complaint in regards to speeding in any kind of area, it's very important that they share that with us. Even if they have a license plate or not, the type of vehicle or not, but the time and the location is very useful for us, because every time we get the data, we're better equipped in order to actually address the issues.
Okay, well, that's good to know, and I think that's something we can pass on ourselves, because we get the letters directly, individually and collectively. And the other thing I just want to say, since it is public safety, we're talking about speeding, people laughed at us when I put the motions forward about stop signs and 30K in Steveston and stuff. It's working. Steveston is much, much slower down 4th Avenue, 3rd Avenue, wherever, down Chatham, down Moncton. It's working, and no disrespect, but we don't need enforcement there because they're enforcing themselves. So I'm happy with the support of the RCMP and we're having kudos on the residents of Steveston themselves. So anyhow, pass that on through the chair. Anyhow, thank you very much. Good report.
Thank you.
Councillor Heath.
Yes, ma'am. Mental health calls. Now, yes, we're in the range. I think the range is on the high side, mind you, and that's my own personal opinion. There were 239 in June and 294 in July. And I'm a little concerned about this, especially when we have, on average, for those 2 months, based on what I'm reading here, is we had our police officers waiting for up to 2 hours. When we're dealing with that, that's a significant amount of resources that could be out there enforcing speeding, could be out there addressing some of the disorder issues we have. In here, yes, it's within the range, but again, I think that range is a little high, and and I'm sure Councillor Hobbs can attest this, 2 hours even when we were there was just unacceptable. Can you just shed some light on it or comment on it?
Yes, definitely, through the chair, Councillor here. It is very rare that we actually will be there for an extended amount of time of 2 hours. It is the odd time that we will be standing, at the hospital with a client for an extended period of time. We do have a really good relationship with the hospital, the doctors as well as the nurses there. We have a plan to which we have conversation at to which time we actually will engage with them. But it all depends, the time of the day, the time of the week, the time of the season, and how busy they are. Yeah, it's very rare. That's all I can say. It is very rare that we actually will be standing there in an extended period of time. They try their best in order to ensure that our members are back on the road as fast as possible. These are exigent circumstances that were extended period of time there.
Does Richmond General have their own security officers? Because I know, for example, in Vancouver, I think it's still correct that the security officers will take over sometimes before the individuals.
So they do have their security at the hospital. Under the law, we are not allowed to. They do not have jurisdiction in order to take a person who's in care, who's been arrested and in the care of the police. They can only be relinquished there. Our duties is done when the doctor has either admitted them or not. And then once they're admitted, they're either entered into a specific room. At that time, we are able to leave. So until the physician has seen the client, we cannot release that client to a security guard.
Is there any engagement at Coastal Health table with respect to how we can reduce that, or is that even on our police leadership's radar right now?
Yes, these actually, we meet on a very regular basis. We have an ongoing meetings with our two health senior leadership, to which we actually address every single cases and stuff like that when we have some that are extremely long. And we always try to work into different ways onto how we can mitigate these lengthy things. They totally understand that. So we do work in certain things. For instance, after 30 minutes, if we haven't been seen, we will be seeking, go see the nurse or the doctors, and then after that, 1 hour. At one point after an hour, our supervisor will actually now place a phone call and ask for reasons as to why we're still there, not getting the doctor's support or something. So we are.
Our protocols are in place to deal
Yes.
with it, okay. Great, hopefully we can reduce that, whether it's Fox 40 or even our GD members on it. When I look at your drug-related calls for service, and this is kind of in correlation, and there is a lack of correlation to what Richmond Fire Service is reporting, although your calls are drug-related type calls, all those incidents, there's a reduction in July. So I'm not saying there's any correlation whatsoever. I'm not saying there's a causal effect whatsoever, but I just find that rather different compared to the fire service where they actually had a marked increase. So that's why, it's part of really determining what that marked increase was. But you would think during the warmer month, you would have more than that, but I'm happy to see the drug-related calls are down from 70 in June to 40 in July. That was just a comment. And I think the last issue I want to talk about, and I think we should have a discussion on this and possibly a referral of some sort. So I don't know if you want to do it in the report by the superintendent, or you want to do it separately.
Sure. Why don't we do it in the report?
Okay,
Because Councillor Glanders is online too, so.
I'm finished, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Well, Councillor Glanders has a question right now. Maybe we'll do that first. Laura, are you online?
Yeah, I'm here. Thank you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah, I just had a couple of questions. Thank you for the report. CS 53 at the bottom of the page, pedestrian collision at number 3 Road in Granville. Really tragic to read. An 87-year-old lost their life, and may they rest in peace. I think we'll recall that this committee was talking about lowering the speed limit on 3 Road, particularly, Granville, Westminster, all the way north. And I think we were told that speed isn't an issue at this intersection, but I know it's under investigation, but can you comment at all if speed was a factor in this crash, in this collision?
Through the chair, because no, at this particular time, I do not have the exact details that I can assure you that it's not in regards to speeding.
Okay.
I will have to come back to this council and with the information. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. I was just making sure because it would just I mean, it's so tragic anyway, but I mean, Councillor Heed and Councillor McNulty, specifically said, we want to prevent these things, not respond to them after they've happened. So it was just so heartbreaking to see that there. And, but yeah, certainly things other than speed can be causes of these things, unfortunately. And then on CS 55, there was a serious assault or unprovoked stranger attack near the top of the page. Both involved the occupant of a vehicle throwing a beverage at a person on the street. Very strange. Was anybody able to get a license plate, and was that the person apprehended, do you know, in this case?
Sorry, again, I should have actually asked for the file numbers, but no, I do not know any more than the report says at this particular time. My apologies.
Okay. No, that's okay. Those are just my two things that piqued my interest for questions, but it is a good report, and thanks. That's it for me. Thank you.
Thank you, Laura. All right, no other questions on this one. Move receipt. Okay, moved and seconded. All in favor? Thank you very much, and we'll move on to the OIC briefing.
Yes, I do have 3 things that the OIC wanted to make sure that we shared with council. The unlicensed hail riding, you wanted to make sure that we bring to your attention that our road safety unit as well as our airport units are diligently, still actively dealing with these issues. We actually had 2 recent guilty plead in court, which will result that if any breach by these 2 persons, operator, will actually result in criminal charges. So this is a significant success for us in regards to these. The second was the 4th Annual Youth Academy. This actually saw 22 young souls from the grade 10 to grade 12 who successfully graduated from the 4th Annual troop. So that was very good, well attended. So it was very nice. And I might say it was the first time we had a female from a grade 10 who was a red marker. So that was quite an interesting week for her. It was good. And other than that, August 15, it was the celebration of the 75th anniversary of the RCMP providing services to the lovely Richmond City community. We had intended to have a video to which we had put together. Unfortunately, it's still being finalized, so we will not be able to provide you with the copy today. And
Yeah,
that
well,
is it.
congratulations on the 75 years, and I'm sure we all look forward to seeing the video. Yeah. Okay.
I'm younger than that.
Was that it?
That is it. Thank you.
Okay, now, Councillor Heed, did you have something you wanted to bring up in the briefing?
Yes. The superintendent is probably aware of this. We did receive a report regarding the mobile surveillance trailer. You'll recall that we had a referral with respect to looking at that. We did have some interesting data that was provided to us with respect to that. And we're still, according to this, looking into the issue. And you recall, this was a referral as a result of a delegate that talked to us about the problems at the dog park near the Alderbridge Housing Project. And the superintendent and others within our organization are certainly aware of this. And so my ask is that we utilize, because there are some central resources with the Lower Mainland LMD. What's the D stand for?
District.
District. Again, I thought detachment. That we trial one of their mobile surveillance trailers and put it up right there, overlooking the Alderbridge Housing Project and the dog park. And I think, even from a trial point of view, we explore having one of these for Richmond for various other uses. If you look at some of the laws with respect to that, the legislation and the privacy, if there's a specific area that's being looked on, such as Vancouver, and I understand according to this memo that Vancouver is going to static cameras versus the mobile type cameras in certain areas where there are problems. We've seen the Abbotsford Police use it. We've seen the RCMP throughout the Lower Mainland District utilize these. So I think we should explore an opportunity to put the camera up near the dog park and the housing complex on Alder Bridge.
Okay.
So I just wanted the superintendent's comments with respect to this before any type of motion, if required, is made.
Yeah, that's a fair comment, and I'd be interested in your comments as well, and maybe even if it's not a motion, if it's taking it under advice and then reporting back to us on the feasibility of it, since it's an operational matter. But yeah, what comments would you?
Yes, through the chair, this is definitely a project that we can do. We just need to ensure that I look into seeing how many are available, where they are currently right now. And then once we have one that is made available to us, definitely we can actually do a project and try it all. We are also looking at acquiring them, seeing how much it costs. Well, I guess it's in the report. So, sorry, I'm not going to repeat myself.
Councillor Heed, did you have a follow-up on that?
No, I think that's worthwhile exploring, and I think given that this would be in the jurisdiction of the RCMP, that we let the RCMP come back to us with the possibility and some type of proposal for a pilot operation for a period of time with their protocols. And I believe, Superintendent, you've got specific protocols with respect to the use of these.
Yes, we do. We do, and we'll have to put them in place. So I'd be more than happy to actually have a report brought to demonstrate or show what we can do, when and how, and bring it back to council.
That sounds great. So if you can do that, that'd be fantastic. Thanks very much. Any other comments, you guys? Nobody online? Okay, thank you very much. Are there any other manager reports? None, Your Chair. None?
I've got a question.
Oh, sure. Just let me turn you on. Sorry.
Mark,
There you go.
a question. We got a note from 3671 Lamond about other unsightly premises or whatever. Two things concern me. One, we got an email on the person sent it in on June 12th, didn't get a response till June 20th, which is 8 days. They'd hammer me if I did that. Okay, the second thing is, that's in my backyard, so I didn't even know it was there. I'm gonna go look at it after this meeting. What have we done about it? It seems that the bylaw officer doesn't think there's any problem. My question is, we should be sending somebody over there to clean it up and charge the taxpayer.
Through the chair to Councillor McNulty, I personally spoke with the complainant today. There will be a bylaw officer out there investigating today for follow-up action. And it appears that the regional bylaw investigator did not circle back and update the original complainant of the status of the file. I've subsequently done that. And it's part of our standard operating procedures to report back to the complainant about major milestones and bylaw enforcement actions on the file. I can't speak to pending enforcement action because there's still a requirement that investigation occurs, but my understanding is that investigation is occurring today. And we can provide...
I don't know what the situation is at grass, unsightly premises, garbage, whatever.
The original, through the chair to Councillor McNulty, the original complaint is regarding the status of the boulevard and whether there's chattel or unauthorized materials on that boulevard.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Okay.
Thank you, Mr. Corrado.
Thank you.
We do have one more question. Councillor Calanders is online, and you're still there, Laura?
Sorry, it takes so long to unmute the mic.
It's okay.
Regarding that unsightly premise, I didn't see that email, but I suspect I know the house. It's in my neighborhood as well. there's, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how to say this tactfully. When there's an issue outside the house, there could be an issue inside the house that could be health risk. And I'm just wondering how we deal with that when we go and talk to owners of a place, if there's an issue outside, if there is an issue inside, like let's say there's black mold everywhere. Do we offer any sort of information and assistance to people or tell them they're not living in a safe condition, or what's our approach with that?
Through the chair to Councillor Galanders, first off, when we go in to look inside a house, we have to have a reason to do so, and that's usually a bylaw violation. If there's a suspicion that there's other factors, such as a health risk that we see through the course of our duties, then we'll inform appropriate agencies. Frequently, that type of issue would rise to the Joint Operations Team, in which we have VCH present. We have Richmond Fire Rescue present, and we also have the RCMP. And we've had a number of files in which that has happened. Unfortunately, many people suffer from hoarding impulses and other sort of personality disorders, mental illnesses, and we work together to provide a compassionate and effective way of dealing with those files. And just procedurally, before we enter into a house, we do have the authority to do so. We always provide proper advance notice. Traditionally, that's 24 hours. We're legislated to do so under the community charter. And in cases where we don't obtain that voluntary compliance, we will seek an entry warrant.
Okay, yeah, thank you. I'll follow up with you about it another time and see how that's going.
Okay. Thanks, Laura. Yeah, I think that's an opportunity just to give a nod to the Joint Operations Team, whether it's people on the street, homeless, whether it's people living in their cars, whether it's people in homes. I think a lot of effort is made in that regard. Thank you very much, Mr. Corrado. I don't think there's anything else.
Move adjournment.
Move adjournment, and we do have a closed